Welcome to the Choosing Happiness podcast with me, your host, Rudrani Devi, the Happiness Lady. Well, howdy, y'all. Rudrani Devi, the Happiness Lady. That's right. I even wrote a book about it. Choosing Happiness. Oh, what's that? An uncommon way to find joy in your life. That's right. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. I have a repeat offender on my show today, Choosing Happiness podcast. Miss Venus Castleberg, thank you so much for being so willing, so quickly to be my next guest. I'm thrilled to death, thrilled to life to have you here. Welcome aboard,
You
lady.
can be thrilled to death too, because I talk to dead people.
That's true. Let's invite them as well. We'll do the spectrum. We're gonna have to talk a little bit about that, y'all, so you don't think we're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or think whatever you want. We don't care.
We are crazy, and that's okay.
It is. What have you been up to? First, I just want to say, this lady was crazy enough to invite me on a magic carpet ride, and it has not slowed down. And that's why we felt like we had to share with y'all what's going on. But I'm going to let the lady take over. You have the flow.
Well, I guess. Hi, I'm Venus Castleberg, also known as a clairvoyant psychic medium and all the things. I talk to dead people. I do not see them maimed and disfigured like in the movie, but it is one of my many tricks that I have up my sleeve.
I love it. Yes. And she even created this whole amazing Facebook group that also includes that and many other things. So I would love to hear more about that.
Many other gifted, yeah. So it's a free Facebook group. It's called Accessing Other Realms, Empowering Psychic Mediums, and it really is a community of just like-minded individuals that probably feel like they're going crazy and they doubt their abilities, and they can come to this. We are almost at 2,000 people, and what does it take to get even more? But yeah, just this safe place for people to come and share their gifts and their capacities and learn and grow and become greater and kind of realize what I realized early on when I started to meet people who had certain gifts is that I'm not as fucked up as I think I am. Sorry if I wasn't supposed to say that.
No,
And
no fucking means. I mean,
awesome. And yeah, you're not as crazy as you think you are. There's always somebody who's, got capacities that's probably even crazier.
I just love that there's at least 2,000 of us crazy people out there that are willing to, posse up. It's been such a supportive group, and that's what I love about it so much, Venus, is it's a space where everybody's allowed to be themselves, no matter what their capacities are. It's a no judgment zone. I have watched people completely light up. I've had so much fun. I get to be part of the admin group, y'all. So I talk to these people on Messenger, on Facebook, and see, if they're really real, if they're really, part of the group, or, we don't want any naysayers. We want people.
Like she said, it's a no judgment zone. So if anybody comes in and has points of view and judgment, they are actually removed.
Yeah,
so,
sorry.
So, but if you are gifted and you want, to be around a bunch of like-minded individuals, I highly, highly recommend you come join us on the group.
Yeah, and I do want to say this too, y'all. There is so many resources in the group, free resources in the group, where you can try them out and even see if they work for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you find that, oh wow, this is very valuable information, this is helping me a great deal. Because I don't know about Venus. Well, I do know about Venus. Neither one of us was given a manual when we discovered we were psychic mediums. We're like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Exactly. There wasn't anybody, like, this is what you do, which is essentially, it's part of why I created the group and even created some programs, is around just helping people enhance and embrace their gifts and let go of that I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm doing, belief as well.
I love it. I love it. So, I did want to talk about your new TV show, but I also want to give the folks a little bit of an idea before we move on to that about your programs and how you came about creating them. I mean, like you said, we didn't come with a manual. No one taught us what we were doing. It was all trial and error. What was that aha moment when you were like, man, I wonder if there were other people out there like me that had absolutely no clue what they were doing, kept it to themselves, because I know you sort of kept your pie hole shut, you know?
For years, yep.
So
Yep.
maybe give us
Um,
a story.
yeah, actually, last year, early in the year, I had one of my clients come to me and say, "I'd really like you to mentor me in the psychic development." And I've actually done psychic development classes over the last 20 years, 25 years. But they were more like kind of one-off classes. And this lady was like, "I want you to mentor me for like months." And then there was another lady that came in really on her coattails. It was like, "I want you to mentor me." So there was these two ladies I took on for a few months, and I just realized, wow, what if I had had these a program and had a support structure and had a community and had a teacher that could help me kind of navigate my gifts and capacities
Mm,
and maybe learn new capacities, how to enhance my capacities that I already have, and then how to even go out there confidently and use them in the world, in a world that we do still have a lot of judgment and points of view around this kind of stuff.
wow,
So
wow. And that's how it was born, y'all.
I'll say the rest is history, but the rest is just beginning. Yeah.
True. That's true. It's still building upon. I mean, that's what I've noticed. I love the community we have in Psychic University, and I
Mhm.
love the diversity of all the different gifts and tools that you have shared, and to see somebody light up when they would get it, like, oh my gosh. So I wasn't crazy when I actually heard these things or saw these things or had a dream and then it came to fruition, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And so I just want to personally thank you for making the world a better place for these people, because man,
Mhm.
to see them light up like that and know that they actually have a support team, or there are some tools that they can use to get there.
Yeah.
Y'all, you know?
And it thank you for saying that, because it really is just how can we empower each other, right? And to be willing to be weird and different. And when you see somebody else being willing to be weird and different, you're like, oh, I guess I can be weird and different too.
I was talking to a sweet lady minutes before we got on this call, who was saying, basically the same thing. She goes, I just don't have the confidence. I just don't trust. Well, she didn't say I don't trust myself, but it was this basically. I said, so what is your biggest hurdle? And she said, it's that confidence thing. She says, I know what I'm getting. She was playing with tarot cards, and then people were telling her, you need to stop playing with tarot cards. And I was like, because I had just drawn a tarot card this morning. I love playing with them. When that box winks at me, well, I have
Uh-huh.
several, but I have one of my favorites. Excuse me, y'all. And when it winks at me, I'm like, okay, all right, am I being called to grab a card? And it's so interesting because I don't even ask questions anymore. Because when a tarot card box winks at me, I know that, oh, the universe knows something I don't get into. And I'm not as proficient as most people. I didn't study tarot. I just found it fascinating. So
Mhm.
I see it. I know a little bit now. I mean, I'll be honest, because I've played with it long enough to know what some of the things are. And then, but when I drew it, my face lit up because it was the 10 of Pentacles. And I went, oh, this is a good sign. And then I still had to look it up and read about it, Venus, because
Well, that's money, 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 money,
yeah,
money,
I know.
money.
But I know that there's money, 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 money. Oh, where's my prop? Money. You'll have to go over to the YouTube. I just grabbed my microphone, Plus, you got to see how big Venus is. So, I told her that. She goes, well, I don't know what it all means yet. And I said, well, I believe that that's one of the modules coming up in Psychic University is doing some tarot. So I'm super excited to learn more about that, because I'm making it all about me right now. But it's fun. I mean, she was like that confidence piece. And, the biggest hurdle for me, Venus, wasn't that I wasn't confident in what I was seeing or hearing or even knowing this knowingness. Like I know
Mhm.
squirrels communicate with me. There is no doubt in my mind it, that they're sensing how excited I am when I see them and we commune. Where I had trouble was telling other people that I talk to squirrels.
Yep.
Telling
Yeah.
people what I'm seeing around them or telling it's like I knew it was real and true for me, but I wasn't comfortable telling them what I was seeing. Not that it had to be real and true for them, but it's that thing where I want so much to tell them. And I had to reel it back and go, okay, girl, this is, unless somebody asks me, or now I'm like, I'm sensing something around you. Like today I went to my dermatologist and she said, you know things, don't you? And I said, well, I don't know exactly what you're asking me. Because I'm like, is she Googled me or something? And then she said, can you see my aura? And I went, I can. She goes, oh no. And she goes, what do you see? And I said, no. And she said, no, really, I really want you to tell me. And I said, you stressed? And she goes, I'm so stressed. I said, where are you going to have to pay me though? Where'd you get this? The lotions.
Yep.
It's getting a lot easier. I even had a guy knock at the door the other day when I had a client on the table. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm with a client. He goes, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm a therapist. And he said, oh, like what kind of? And I said, an energy therapist. And he goes, can I have your card? Your door to
Yeah.
sell you something. And he leaves with your card. So things are changing, Venus.
Yeah.
They're changing.
Yeah. I really do believe that actually. I believe that we will eventually be the majority and not the minority.
Yeah. I do believe that everyone can have these capacities if they want to choose
Yep.
to learn more. I truly believe that as well. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about OM TV, but first, y'all, I got to pay for this show. So I got to take a little identification break from my sponsor, Mandu, the electrocution workout. They hate it when I say it, but I can't help it. I'm addicted to all the pheromones and whatnot, all the stuff that comes up whenever I do one of these workouts. And yours truly is the example. So if you'll just take a moment for this little infomercial, please jump over to the YouTube so you can see me all hooked up to wires and things. It's very curious, and it's only a minute long. And we'll be right back.
Can Do is a boutique fitness studio concept, and we are actually the first FDA cleared EMS training workout. And what we do essentially is that we will have a client come in, we will hook them up to a whole body EMS suit, and then we perform a workout on a medical grade device called an eFit device. And that device will send an electrical current to their body through electrodes in these suits that we put on them. And this electrical current is just basically stimulating the electrical current that you already have inside your body. So everybody is made up of electrical impulses. It's what helps you walk, helps you move. We're tapping into that and making it stimulate it more to where we can cause a muscle to actually contract involuntarily. So we can actually create resistance without adding a load to the body. So that is why we, as you see online, it always says ultra low impact. It is scientifically proven. It is absolutely ultra low impact.
And we're back. Howdy, y'all. It's your day, the happiness lady. I'm here with Venus Castleberg, and we was just getting ready to embark on a different conversation because something new has happened in your world, old and new, because you've actually known about OM before because you had an OM radio show for a while.
At a radio show on OM Times Radio. Yes. Yep.
But now,
Now I have a TV show. So now you get to see my face.
that's right. Not just graphic that goes with the radio show. It's animated. It's you know. How in the world did that come about? And tell us what that's all the things. Tell us all about it.
Well, I first of all, the people who own OM Times are very near dear to my heart. We call each other the soul family, like they're my soul family for sure. And I was just reaching out to them like I usually do. And Chris was like, "Hey, did you know we have a TV show and now?" And I was like, "I didn't realize that." And he's like, "I would love for you to come on our TV show." So we talked about it and talked about what we would like to do, and we have a weekly show. It's called the Enlightenment Academy, and it really is like steps to enlightenment, steps to opening and enhancing your gifts and capacities, whatever they are, because we all have different ones and unique ones, and but there's tools and processes and exercises and visualizations and meditations that we do all to get even greater.
I love it. Yeah, I actually had a class I was facilitating during your first live performance. And I didn't realize you could see me or you could see my name or something because you went, "Hi, Rudrani." And I went, "How'd that happen?" Because I thought, because here's the thing, you guys, is it gets funneled into the Facebook group. And I somehow thought we were just watching on the Facebook group because I've got a giant TV, biggest TV I ever had in my life. It's as big as the piece of furniture. You can't put anything else on it. But, so everybody's larger than life. Venus was like 5 times her size. Her head was like, so I won't get into it. But yeah, it was, and, so there we were trading body processes. And there's Venus. And then she goes, "Hi, Rudrani." And they said, and they were all like, "Can she see us?" Like, I don't think she can actually see us, but maybe I'm on YouTube. Did I come through on YouTube or something? Or could you actually see me from the group?
No, it shows up as your name if you comment. So it shows up in the
Oh,
comments on the side. Yeah.
I think I said,
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the best part. I forgot about this because I keep forgetting. But you can call in and ask me questions
"Shut up."
live.
You haven't mentioned that, have you?
No, I keep forgetting. So-
You keep forgetting that it is a live show. Yeah. So
yeah, you can. Yes, I mean we every once in a while it'll be a recorded one, so you won't be able to. So when I announce, "Hey, you can call in and ask me questions. Here's the number." That's when you can call in and ask me questions. So coming up with soon, we'll have that as an option. In
so
the
it's just their voice though. It's not their likeness.
right, yeah,
If y'all are scared, you could even give her a bogus name.
yeah.
Just get on it.
It's just you on the phone, and but then I get to address your questions, especially since I'm talking about specific topics that might be relevant to you, and you want to ask about them. You can call in for free.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. See, that's the most fun because I love interaction. In
Yeah.
case y'all didn't notice, kind of like people. I even like the people I don't like
Mhm.
because they're fun for me to play
Mhm.
with. You know, I'm here beating the crap out of this person. How did I get so powerful? Anyway, just stuff. Well, I love the very first call live that you did on meditation. It was like a 101 sort of meditation. So even, and I know you can watch these on demand, y'all, but it
Mhm.
was just like, for those of you that think you cannot meditate, you're meditating and I love the way you explain it. If there's something you love, like painting or you're taking a walk, I'm sure some of you have kind of gotten into the zone on something in your world. Well, oh my gosh, 4 hours have passed by and I didn't even realize it because you were so in it, you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, I don't know if any of you have tried a float tank, but a float tank, there's no sound, there's no, right? And your mind might race for a little while, and then eventually there's just this space. There's just nothing, right? There's
Oh,
nothing for you to grab onto. It's beautiful.
I love
Yeah,
it.
and all of those episodes are on a link. We'll post in the comments, and yeah. So any episode that we've done so far, you can always go to the archives and check them out.
Plus the Facebook group, it happens live there at the same time,
Yep,
right?
on Times TV. Yep.
I love that. I love that so much. Yeah, I love I discovered the floating, it's salt water, y'all, and you put wax in your ears because you're just floating there because all the salt holds you there.
Mhm.
And they close the lid. Some people don't like the lid closed. I really like it. They liken it to being in the womb,
Mhm.
you know?
Yep.
And for me, it was like when I was still getting over my injuries and I had bed sores and all of that, and I was still in a wheelchair more or less. Um, and it was really hard to get me in there, but those people was so nice, because here I'm naked. That's right, y'all, because it felt so good. I remember I bought a 10-pack and I was going once a week because it would be the first time. It's like the water is just holding you. It's almost like you're being held in space.
Mhm.
And my muscles could completely relax and the pain would go away.
Mhm.
And I even stayed in longer than I was supposed to. I had a little deal and deliver with them because I was like, you guys, this is the only time I'm not in any pain at all. Because I would get a 50-minute session and sometimes I would have a double session. I would sleep. And I remember people saying, aren't you afraid you're going to drown? You don't drown, people. You float. So you're like half in, half out. It's warm water. That's temperature is regulated. And they, of course, empty it and refill it between people because that would just be nasty. They didn't do anything. I should get Float Nashville to sponsor me. Oh, I just said their name. Well, Vinny, if we have to edit that out, just let me know. Go, brr, brr, whatever you got to do here. Like zonk in my mouth. Maybe I'll give them a call. I don't know. It is amazing. It is amazing. That's what meditation is like when you get out of your way.
Yep.
Yep. I think the biggest misconception is that you think that you have to not think.
Totally. But if you ever notice, like when you just let your thoughts go, like it's not like you hold on to them. They just flow.
You just
Like
watch them.
right. Thoughts are just meant to float by like clouds in the big blue sky of your mind. Right. And so you just like, oh, wow.
And I've said this too, because I used to teach a lot of meditation in different yoga studios. And that would be one of the complaints. I'd always like, okay, before we get started, what's your biggest fear? What's going on? What would you like to get out of this? And, more times than not, at least one person would say, well, I just can't sit still. I can't stop my mind. And I'm like, well, can you be grateful? Because, if you stop thinking, you're probably dead.
Right.
And then again, if you die, you just lose the body. So you might still be thinking. I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it since those words came out of my mouth. But I mean, with a body, if you stop thinking, your body probably dead.
Right. Yep.
So,
but they're just thoughts. It's not who you are either.
Right. Oh, wow. Yeah. I love that you said that. Can you just elaborate a little bit on that?
Sure.
Because I'm sure somebody's going, huh? What do you mean? They're just thoughts.
Well, I mean, they really are. Like, we tend to think that our thoughts make us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
They're just thoughts. They're just clouds. So they're not you. They're just thoughts, right? And sure, we all have like random, really weird thoughts. For a long time there, I'd be driving down the road and I would literally, I'm not suicidal, I've never been suicidal, but like I'd see my car driving off the edge. And I'd be like, well, that's really weird, but that's not who I am, right? That's just a thought. It's a random thought. Maybe some other car drove off at that one place that you had that vision and you were just seeing a memory of something that had already happened there, right? But you're like, oh no, I must be a bad person, or like, I must be suicidal because I'm having these thoughts. No, they're just thoughts.
Right. Oh, yeah. I've had experiences where I'm driving my car and I'm like, oh, I'm really angry. Oh, no, wait. I'm not angry. Oh, I'm horny. No, that's not what's going on. I realized what I was doing was I was picking up on everyone else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Like rush hour is cray time. So what I've learned to do now that I know what's going on in my crazy head, that like is like SpongeBob SquarePants sucking up everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, is I expand out and I get bigger than my car and I get bigger than all the cars, and I get bigger than Nashville. And then it's like, these just little whispers and I go, oh, look how cute all these people are with all their little thoughts. I turn on my radio and I start singing along because that's usually me.
Yeah. We're just psychic SpongeBobs.
We are
picking up thoughts, feelings, and emotions from everyone and everything around us. And so if you can't latch onto something that's probably not even yours to begin with, right?
Yeah. What a relief, right?
Yeah, totally.
It's so funny because before I knew about that aspect of tapping into those energies, I mean, this is probably why why my picker was so bad when I was younger. I would always end up dating these guys that I'd later be going, why in the world was I attracted to this person? And I realized later, oh, dumb, dumb. They were attracted to you and you misidentified it as this is the one. No, no, people. Big mistake. You got to ask, is this true for me? Am I really wanting to go out with this dude? Is this really happening?
Is this mine?
Yeah. My picture. I'm just making it, I'm equating that energy as being mine and it's not mine. It's them. It's them. It's always them. It's never us. No, just joking. But sometimes it's you. Sometimes it is. But I'm finding that more times than not, Venus, my thoughts, feelings, and emotions are far from being mine. Even the pains in my body. Sometimes I pick up pains and I didn't realize just how empathetic I was. Like with my mom, my hands would hurt. My hands were hurting a lot there for a while. I'm like, what is going on? I was at the point where I was going to go to my doctor. And then she called me and she's like, oh, my arthritis is really bothering me in my hands. It makes it so hard to play the piano. And the minute she said that, the pain went away from my own hands. And I was like, oh, buddy, you're so cute. You trying to heal mama? What you doing? You know that it don't heal her and it just bring it on you. That's stupid. Let's not do that anymore.
Right. Yeah.
You feel me? Have you ever done that before? It's kind of like the weirdest. Your stomach hurts and then and then my cat throws up and I'm like, oh, it's you.
Yeah. Well, the body is so aware of just everyone and everything. Yep. And then just being like, oh, if it's not yours, right? And something to elaborate on something you just said too, like it's when you try to take it from somebody, you can't take anything from anybody because it's their journey, it's their life, it's their experience, right? So when you try to take it from somebody or your body tries to take it from somebody, now you both have it.
Right.
So it's not helping. Right? Yeah. So it's just like, okay, that's not mine. Just an acknowledgement of like, that's not mine.
Yeah. History, just because your friend got cancer don't mean you got to have it right along with them.
Right. Yeah.
You can have that empathy for them without your body taking it on. That's for sure. And I'm not, I'm not trying to make light of cancer. My cat just died of cancer. So escort her to the Rainbow Bridge. And now she's in a different form. And I get to talk to her from the hot tub, Venus.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. Yeah. I miss her little body, but at least I know she's still around me and she's taking care of me now. And she is kind of like one of my guides that tells me, yeah, you don't want to do that. She's very frank. She was that way as a cat too. I was like, okay, girl, I feel you. All right, I'm back off now. So very cool. Well, this is amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm so happy for all of your creations because I get to be a part of them too. Because it's about me again.
I love having you as part of them. That's super fun for me.
It is a lot of fun, y'all. Just don't take our word for it. We'll have all the links, to the Facebook group. If you want to talk to me personally about some of these programs or Venus, she's busy, but sometimes I can get her to talk to somebody. It's hard. She's getting really popular, whatever. Just let it go to her head. I'm letting it go to my head. It's like, well, Venus, you got to talk to this person. I don't know, maybe next week, but anyway, we're having way too much fun. We'll make sure that we have all the links in case you're one of those people that would like to have a little fun with us. We'd love to have you come play with us. And this is the Choosing Happiness podcast. So before I let you go, I'm sure my listeners want to know how you get your happy on. What do you do to choose your happy, girl?
Well, since we already talked about it, one of my go-tos is definitely meditation. But it more than just the meditation piece, but the willingness to just take time for myself, even if it's just 1 hour a day, where I get to do whatever I want to do, whether that's gardening or cooking or cleaning or I want to float in a tank. It's like that.
You went for a run this morning, didn't you?
I did. I went for, running is definitely, I love being outside.
Mhm.
So definitely, those are my favorites.
Love it. I love it. Okay. And if you could leave anything with any, like one little thing, one little pearl of wisdom, what would you want to share?
You are not crazy, nor are you alone.
Ooh, that was two things. You got two for the price of one, y'all. Oh my.
It's time to party.
Okay, for those of you who are on YouTube, I'm not even going to tell you what just happened. If
You're
nothing
gonna
else,
have to
go on
come
the
and find
recording. Yeah,
out.
look, it's so funny. I work out online, which is part of my happy 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I work out online with a wonderful group of people, the Green Door Life. I'm going to plug them because I just have to. They're amazing. And today, the instructor, Shannon, she was like, because you guys understand what I'm talking about, and I don't want to unmute because I'm working out and all this stuff. But I threw my thumbs up like this, and all of a sudden, all this fireworks happened. And she's like, "Oh wow, well, evidently Radrani is manifesting fireworks." So I love how StreamYard and Zoom now have you don't even like I was doing a yoga pose and I had my hand up in the air, and all of a sudden this big hand showed up like I was asking a question. Like, they're making it too easy for us, all this AI, but I don't
Right. Well, yeah, and we're just don't have any fun. Happiness isn't about having any fun.
at all. Yeah, it's something you have to do to get there. Right? Wrong. No, not true. But don't take my word for it. Just buy this little yellow book. You're either going to hate it or love it or something in between. You don't like it, give it to a friend or give it to an enemy. Oh, my dear. Well, it's obvious that you're like one of them repeat offenders, so I'm sure y'all are going to get to have more of Venus. I hate it for you, but what are you going to do? One of my favorites, so tough. That's just what's happening.
You're one of my favorites too.
Oh, I love it. All right. If you enjoyed the conversation, even a tiny bit of, maybe you got a little bit of happy, you snickered a little, maybe hit the subscribe button,
Yep.
Hit the link for OM TV so you can get a little dose of Venus every hour, 1 hour once a week on Mondays, right?
Yep.
On Mondays. I don't know what time zone y'all are in, but it'll
Mondays, 12 p.m. Pacific time and 3 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Which is 4 p.m. Central Standard, which is my time. So we're in the middle of the night for some of you people.
It's actually 2 Central.
Oh yeah, that's right. My 2 Central. I remember now. Eastern's an hour later. Thank you for that. And if you know someone else that this could have benefited, maybe they're cranky pants and they could use a little happy, maybe share it with them. And you guys, I'll talk to anybody about anything. So comment, tell me what you want to hear about, and we'll make it happen. Because I'm one of those weirdos that actually reads all the comments. What do you know?
Me too.
I love it. We're actually curious, y'all.
We actually care.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't want to admit it, but it's true. We actually care about you crazy people out there. So share. All right. Until next time, I reckon this is it for today. Oh, look, she's got it down. She's already does the kiss because she knows I'm going to. Ciao for now. Bye. Thank you so much for choosing happiness. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, share, and give us a like. And if you want more happy, subscribe to the Choosing Happiness membership where you can play directly with me, Rudrani Devi, the Happiness Lady. How does it get any better than that?